it's so funny to me that we're talking about how the Muslims were very nice and very kind to Christians, because there is one issue that we seemingly seem to overlook here, and that is this one here, the Armenian genocide, which inspired so much of the studies and the wording and everything that was used after the Holocaust.
That actually inspired your little mustache guy, man.
Yeah, it even inspired Hitler himself.
Yeah, he was a soldier in World War I, and keep in mind, the Germans didn't think it was possible. You can't carry out a genocide in the modern world. Other nations would see it and expose you and make it stop. And all of a sudden, he saw one happen. You can actually haul away just tons and tons of people and haul them off to their deaths, and no one's going to stop you. And he said, okay, they could do it. It worked for them. So why can't we?
Hitler himself even used it as justification. I wonder if it's, considering that this is a Holocaust encyclopedia, I wonder if they mention it. He even used this to ask the rhetorical question. So he uses to justify his plan to massacre and to eradicate the Polish people, and said, "Who, after all, speaks of the of the annihilation of the Armenians?" Hang on, let me bring up this here. So this is a document that is widely considered authentic by now and also heavily supported. My decision to attack Poland was arrived at last spring. Originally, I feared that the political constellation would compel me to strike simultaneously at England, Russia, France, and Poland. Even this risk would have had to be taken. Ever since the autumn of 1938, and because I realized that Japan would not join us unconditionally, and that Mussolini is threatened by that nitwit of a king, and the treasonable scoundrel of a crown prince, I decided to go with Stalin. In the last analysis, there are only 3 great statesmen in the world: Stalin, I, and Mussolini. Mussolini is the weakest, for he has been unable to break the power of either the crown or the church. Stalin and I are the only ones who envisage the future and nothing but the future. Accordingly, I shall in a few weeks stretch out my hand to Stalin at the common German-Russian frontier and undertake the redistribution of the world with him. This is Hitler speaking. Our strength consists in our speed and in our brutality. Genghis Khan led millions of women and children to slaughter. With premeditation and a happy heart, history sees in him solely the founder of a state. It's a matter of indifference to me what a weak Western European civilization will say about me. I have issued the command, and I will have anybody who utters but one word of criticism executed by a firing squad. That our war aim does not consist in reaching certain lines, but in the physical destruction of the enemy. Accordingly, I have placed my death head formations in readiness, for the present only in the east, with orders to send them to death mercilessly and without compassion, men, women, and children of Polish derivation and language. Only thus shall we gain the living space, the Lebensraum, which we need. Who, after all, speaks today of the annihilation of the Armenians? This is something, the Armenian genocide is something that inspired Hitler to commit genocides against the Polish and against the Jewish people. It is very, very incredible that there are some people nowadays who pose as Christians and who want to praise somebody like Hitler, who had no issue eradicating entire Christian populations, inspired by his heroes, the Ottomans, whom some absolute scumbags also nowadays praise, like the J.D. Hall historian, the most historically illiterate historian I've heard in my entire life. People who praise Hitler, who killed Christians. Very, very incredible.
Stay away from Islam.
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 Stay